Talk to me about your journey with dance and movement in general, and what led you to take a more kind of freelance entrepreneurial route with that.
Okay, so I started dancing. Well, we all start dancing at 16 weeks in the womb of our mothers. So we are all dancers. Let's just put it that way. But I saw the Olympics in Barcelona in 1992, I believe. So I was coming up to be 4 years old. And the story is that I kept redoing all the moves on the lawn. And my mum is a dancer, and my dad as well. And my mum was like, okay, I'm going to put her to ballet because she didn't really want me to do gymnastics. She said it was quite a harsh world. But she put me to ballet, and literally I was dancing all day. Like, I was teaching my brothers all the ballet moves. And I actually remember making a promise to myself when I was around like 14, 15, when, you start thinking about career and everyone's saying, oh, I want to be a doctor. I want to be this. And I just remember being in my bed and be like, you will never stop dancing because it's what makes me so happy. Like, literally, there's nothing else that makes me happier than moving and dancing, especially if I do it with others and my loved ones. And I just live by that. I'm like this little girl that loved dancing. I was like, I'm going to listen to that and I'm just going to keep doing it, even though it's really difficult for girls. I didn't have a ballet body. Like, in the 80s, it was very important to have the perfect figure. My teacher, luckily, was not into that. Like, she really pushed me because she saw how ambitious, or like how much I loved it and passionate. The passion was so much there. But my journey with it is that I failed at all the competitions I did. I failed at all the conservatoire in France, around 14, 15, 16. You go, or even from like 8 years old, you can go into dance schools, professional dance schools. And I failed at all the auditions. Like, literally, I went around France, did all the auditions I could. My parents was very supportive, and I didn't get any of them. I always got to the last stage. So I wasn't like terrible. I always got to the last, 10 or 15 students, and then they would take 5 or they would take 10, and I was always 12. Or competitions, I was always number 4. I was never on the podium. So it's kind of like the story of my life, which in hindsight really gave me, I was like, I just kept going. I was like, it doesn't matter. I learned so much from doing all these competitions and these auditions. So I studied art history in Paris. I was determined to go to Paris because all the teachers I wanted to learn from were there. Even though I was meant to go to another city, I was like, I'm going to Paris to study. I don't care. So I studied art history because I loved art, and I thought it would give me the knowledge that would go with dance. And it was brilliant. Like, I absolutely loved studying in Paris. And so I would go to dance classes when I could, nearly every day, and then go to my lectures and then do babysitting to earn money on the side, or be a waitress in a restaurant. So it was like really full on life. But I think when it's about dance, I've got endless energy because it's my passion. And even though it was really, really difficult, but I never lost hope. I was like, there is a way. Even if it's not through a professional dance company, even if it's not through a conservatoire, there is a way to keep dancing. And then I got into the MA choreography at Laban, and I was very interested in making dance films and choreographing for films. And then through my studies, I then separately, I met my future husband, and then I stayed on. I also met a business partner with whom I created a business after the MA, and I stayed in London, and I'm still here. I'm not in London anymore, but I do work a lot in London. Like, the arts, when you're an artist, it's hard to make a living outside of London, especially in performing arts world.